The government's counter-messaging efforts so far against Islamic State terrorism have been largely ineffective. Time for a new strategy. Wall Street Journal reporter Nicole Hong says the latest approach is to empower third parties to create their own messages, a contrast from earlier efforts that were criticized for having too much direct government involvement. Nicole, what have you found?
You know, when you think about ISIS, one thing that makes them unique, for lack of a better term, as a terrorist group is that they have very sophisticated propaganda online. And I think U.S. officials are sort of grappling with how to counteract that, you know, not just deal with the group militarily in the Middle East, but also how do we sort of fight them online. And it's proven to be a huge challenge for a variety of reasons.
Well, the White House or the Obama administration made a pretty big deal about this when they kind of tried to first crack at this, didn't they, in terms of a social media battle?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a top priority, but I think one of the biggest challenges is that the U.S. government is not really the right messenger for these sorts of, counter-narratives. And the reason is because, you know, if you're thinking about joining ISIS, a warning from the U.S. government to not join ISIS is probably not going to be very effective in deterring you from trying to go overseas to Syria or whatever. So the government right now is really trying to figure out how do we empower the right messengers to, you know, get at these people who are on the fence and convince them that this is a bad idea or that, you know, this ideology is not what they actually think it is.
Right. All right. So the current effort is not effective. Is that their kind of admission?
So it's more like they had these earlier efforts in like 2013, 2014, where the State Department had their own Twitter account that was aimed at counter-messaging, but the problem was that they were essentially tweeting directly at individual jihadists online, and when a government account does that, it sort of actually gives them more credibility and elevates their voice. So they decided to sort of scrap that strategy, and their new strategy is to help like tech companies and Muslim community leaders and connect them with people like Hollywood producers and that kind of thing to teach them how to make videos and messages that can actually reach the right audience.